Okay. On behalf of School of Life Sciences and Technology here at IMT University, I, Dr. Vatsala, take this opportunity of welcoming our esteemed panel members today, and I'll just like to introduce our gathering to the panelists. We have Ms. Adi Girdhar. She is founder and president of Anand Global Foundation. It is promoted by Ms. Aarti Girdhar. She is a philanthropist and educationist with 2 decades of wide-ranging teaching career. She had a master's in psychology and is working on mental and physical health importance, especially for children and youth. She has been instrumental in training more than 100,000 students across various schools and slums on various health related issues and is dedicated to the cause of promoting and enabling wellness and living standards for an all round welfare of the society. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
I also welcome Ms. Aparna Sahai. She's a retired civil servant and an activist championing the cause of gender equality, governance, and sustainable development. She has had her specialization in environment, gender, education, and governance. Currently, she is serving as Secretary Sandhan, which is Society for Study of Education and Development, a technical resource institution with pan-India presence. She is also a chairman of Sara and Manthan, which is an NGO in Rajasthan involved in social action for rural advancement through natural resource management. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank
I
you.
also
Namaskar.
welcome Dr. Alka Saxena. She has earned her MBBS from Lady Hardinge Medical College, New Delhi. An insightful learner and an avid advocate of socio-emotional well-being of children, she is a life skills education and adolescence education trainer and also a parenting coach. She has behind her 25 years experience of working in health and wellness sector and in several educational institutions. She has worked as a resource person with Expressions India, Macmillan Publishers, and is working with CBSE, Times of India, NIE, and NGOs such as AACCI and Mythica. She is currently working as Deputy Director, Health and Wellness, Bluebells Group of Schools, Gurugram. I again welcome our esteemed panel members today, and with that, I hand over the mic to Ms. Aarti Girdhar. Please, ma'am.
Thanks a lot. So today we are going to talk on a very interesting topic. It is always, the schools are always asking for this topic because somewhere the psychology, the understanding of people on this topic is somewhere lost. There are people who have different awareness about how to look after this anger, but somewhere we feel that it's an emotion that can be worked upon and we can have wonderful experience with that. So with this I would like to ask Alka ma'am and Aparna ma'am, so what is your view about this perception of anger? So we can start with Alka ma'am, please. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Aarti ji. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. As far as the perception of anger, I think कई बार हमें बचपन में या वैसे भी we are asked, there are certain emotions that we should not be feeling. So, and when I ask these students this question, so the answers which generally come out, one of the answers which come out is anger. So, we are taught from the childhood or from an early age that this is one feeling that we should not be feeling. And why? When you ask the question, why you should not be feeling? Because it causes a lot of harm to our relationships and also causes it can put us in a difficult spot many a times. So what? But I ask the question that is it something that we can avoid feeling? Aren't all feelings supposed to be natural and normal? So as far as the perception of anger goes, it is seen as something which is really to be feared or something which should not be felt. But my question would be, is it something that we can avoid feeling? Do we really need to fear it, or do we need to understand it? So that we can manage it.
Okay, great, ma'am. Good insight. Aparna, ma'am, what do you have to say?
Well, I agree with Alka ji, and I feel that it is a basic human emotion. It is experienced by all people. It is triggered by emotional hurt or insecurity or deprivation. And one thing, it is an unpleasant feeling. Uh, when you are injured, when you are pained, when you are denied something, then this feeling is there. So if there are obstacles in any personal growth or gains, then anger is felt. So it is a basic human emotion, but it should not be done. I mean, should not be done, or it should be managed. You know, your topic is very apt that it is harmful. Anger is not something which we seek. Like, we feel that happiness is one thing that, you know, we want to have it. उसको धारण करना चाहते हैं, हम सच्चित आनंद की बात करते हैं. Anger is one thing that you don't want to have. You don't want your personality to be defined by anger, but there are situations, there are people, there are circumstances, things happen, and it triggers that. So the question is how to manage it, understand it, and manage it.
Yes, ma'am. I truly agree. Ma'am, what I feel that when we conduct sessions, there is a lot of confusion between students about anger and aggression. So at times we are able to convince them, but somewhere we want to know your view about what that fine line of difference between anger and aggression. Alka, ma'am?
Yeah. Okay, so anger is something that we feel, whereas aggression is something I would say that we do or what we're acting out. So anger is an emotion or something that we are feeling, whereas aggression is what you're doing, an act of violence or something that you're doing. So that is the line between anger and aggression, is what I would say.
Okay. So, Aparna, ma'am?
And I would agree again with you, and I also feel that it is okay to be angry. You know, there are situations, but it's not okay to be aggressive, because aggression is that heightened state of frustration and anger when you lose control. And when you lose control, you harm yourself, you harm others, you lose someone, you can lose your job, you can be arrested, you can commit serious crimes. So aggression is something which is absolutely no.
Yeah, well, I do feel that aggression leads to those acts mostly that are not acceptable to the society. And at times we
Exactly.
feel regret or guilt of what we have done. So it's very important to channelize this energy. Once we are able, we have seen student गुस्से में आके बहुत कुछ अच्छा भी करते हैं कई बार, because
हाँ,
they
बिल्कुल.
feel that challenge inside them. Okay.
That's right, yes.
So, Vatsa ma'am, what's your take about anger and aggression? I'm sure students in your college might be in that age, and then they end up into fighting and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it happens quite frequently, and being also a member of the proctorial board here at university, I come across such instances quite often. And probably I feel the youth is not channelized. I mean, they're not able to channelize their energy properly sometimes. So it ultimately it's a burst and burst of emotion that comes out in the form of aggression sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay. Alka ma'am, I want to ask how do you feel that this pandemic has impacted the anger on us? Because now most of the youth are at home, and then they are actually having lot of online discussions and all that. Then that end up in negative statements also. So how
Yeah.
we should be dealing with?
Okay, so I think the pandemic has greatly affected the mental health or the emotional well-being is what I would say, in ways that this is a very unnatural situation to be in. we are not able to go out. The children are not able to meet their friends. They are not able to have their socializing that is so much required. And, for adolescent age group especially, for them meeting with friends, hanging out with friends, that is something that they really look forward to. But those things have really been restricted. Also, one more thing is happening, that since most of us are at home, that is, the parents are also at home, the children are also at home, so there is this thing of each one not getting their own space. So many a times, when a person is able to go out, meet other people, so there are different ways that you can channelize yourself, or there are other things that you can get involved in. But when everybody is thrown together in that same space 24 hours, plus there are the pressures of your work, and the students have the pressure of their studies. So everybody is kind of pressurized, and it is something which is becoming difficult for people to really cope with the situation. Plus being online all the time, because everything has come online now. So we're not able to get that break. Earlier we would go to school, then come back and have some me time or some family time. Whereas when you're online, you kind of connected all the time. And the other effects of being online, like sitting on the computer, so the bodily effects, or the physiological effects that it is having, lack of exercise. So all these are really affecting the mental health. And we really need to cope with the situation in ways which are adaptive. And so I'm reading reports of increased domestic violence, and I'm sometimes also getting calls, or getting to hear that parents and children, they're having conflicts. So all these things really need to be handled and to be coped with. Of
Yeah.
course, there are many things that we can do about it. I think that is what the whole session is all about.
Yeah.
And we'll
Uh,
gradually be talking about all these things. Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. Aparna ma'am, is technology addiction adding to this anger?
Yes, indeed, and there are figures about it. In fact, um, young children, adolescents, they've been playing games, and these games are violent games by and large. ये गुड्डे गुड़ियाओं के या कोई creative games तो नहीं है, और उसको देख करके वो, and again, as Aarti said, that people are not going out. And I'm talking of otherwise also, when you are playing games on the TV or on your computer, then the mind becomes that vicious space where all this is being played, and it plays havoc with the psychology of people, and they become more violent because they think that, well, I have to kill, I have to be angry, I have to react in that manner. And there's no creativity, there's no physical exercise. So I think technology and these games are really they are most avoidable things for people.
Alka ma'am, I'm very much sure you must be getting some complaint from the parents also, that most of the time, instead of taking the online classes, they are into gaming and all that. So that
Yes, yes, we do get these kinds of this thing. And we are also aware that, when they're attending the online classes, they have many other tabs on. And they are not really all the time studying only.
yeah, I know. But somewhere I feel that it's high time where we need to sensitize student also what is right and what is wrong. Because parents, at times, guidance nobody want. So they need to realize it on their own over a period of time. When we conduct these kind of sensitization sessions and all that, I feel that somewhere or the other, people may take away the things that are important for us.
I think if we have, as you said, if you have workshops, they will come out themselves that, well, their heightened sense of anxiety, the stress is already there. I've helped a few children adopting. We have an NGO, which is an animal shelter, and about 10 children over the past 1 month, they have adopted pets. because they feel that our anxiety levels are such that we are going mad. Children themselves felt that. And
Yeah.
I received call from one young man, and then when I got a pet for him, उसके दोस्तों ने और मुझसे करवाया, तो अब वो लोग बाहर जाते हैं, खेलते हैं, क्योंकि उनको ये लगा कि हम क्या करें इसको लेकर के. पेरेंट्स ने उनको पहले बहुत समझाया, कुछ किया, तो but it was of no help because they feel that parents are just nagging.
Yeah, yeah.
So that kind of a creativity, that kind of, you know, एथलीट्स आजकल खेलने कूदने का बिल्कुल नहीं है, पार्क्स में बिल्कुल नहीं जाते, तो बच्चों के साथ में वो घुटन अपने आप में बहुत ज़्यादा साइको सोशल प्रॉब्लम्स क्रिएट कर रही है.
So,
और पैंडेमिक के टाइम पर बहुत ज़्यादा चल रही है, क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि पेरेंट्स भी कहीं ना कहीं पर काफ़ी फ्रस्ट्रेटेड हैं, बिकॉज people from good families have also lost their jobs. There are financial issues, there are social issues, so it becomes a vicious circle for them.
yeah, sure, sure. So, my next question is this anger and mental health? If we are talking about that, sometimes people say that I am angry and I am not able to control it, so it's a kind of illness to me. So, what is your take on the mental illness and anger? So, anybody, Aparna ma'am or Alka ma'am?
मैं सोचती हूँ कि ये एक मिथ भी हो सकता है, अलका जी बताएंगी. एक मिथ तो ये है कि एंगर इनहेरिटेड होता है, इनहेरिटेड तो नहीं हो सकता. मेंटल हेल्थ का ज़रूर इशू हो सकता है, क्योंकि वो फ्रस्ट्रेशन से निकल करके आता है, और कई बार ये भी हो जाता है कि एक हैबिट फॉर्मेशन हो जाती है कि पीपल व्हेन दे एक्ट एंग्री दे गेट समथिंग. So it's kind of they behave in such a manner that, well, I can control situation and I can control people. So I think there are various sides to anger. There can be a physiological side to it. There can be a mental aspect to it. Hormonal aspect. I think PMT, premenstrual tension, is one thing which triggers anger. I mean, it used to happen with me, and I didn't understand. So maybe, but a doctor may tell it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would really like to add on to what Aparna ji said. There are many factors, you know, जैसे hormonal हो सकते हैं, physiological हो सकते हैं, जो anger को trigger कर सकते हैं, or it could also be how you know, how our coping has been. So you know, where that line is actually something which is can be only talked about from individual to individual case. And yes, there are some people who will probably need professional help for managing their anger. There are some who will be able to do it on their own. So that depends on the degree of the problem that is there. Like Aparna ji also said, that anger has many aspects to it. So there is no one thing that we can just say ki, yes, it is a mental illness or not. Whether somebody will require professional help or not, that depends from case to case.
Yeah, and I feel that in India, basically, people are not coming out with, if they are suffering from inside, they are not coming out. But these awareness sessions, I feel people would understand that various strategies are there. If these strategies can't be applied, then definitely they need some meditations or something. Okay, a very good question for our youth. There is always an angry young man image, mostly in the boys, since we are talking about this engineering college. Vatla ma'am, this is an engineering college, right? Okay. So somewhere the our youth has that image of looking good and gratified with angry young man image. So is it fair to call for today's youth to have that kind of image? Because somewhere we feel that these images are temporary. But what is your take regarding it? Yeah. Alka ma'am, you have the.
Okay, so yes, there is that angry young man image, but I don't think that's a very healthy image to have, and especially from being from the background and the area that I'm working in, I would definitely not say that the angry young man is a good image to carry with you. What is a better thing is that you know how to cope with your anger, you know how to channelize your anger. So that is what I have to say to the youth, that it may look cool, but definitely it's not a helpful thing for your relationships or for your own self. It's better to learn to cope with things and to learn to manage things.
And to add to this, I feel all these youth need to understand that we are having a very long life. So showing that image of that angry young man is looking cool is very temporary. So don't portray your image that you are not actually. So, and if you want to portray, be a happy young man rather than angry young man, I would like to say. Okay.
I think that image has gone, Aarti ji, because Angry Young Man and Amitabh Bachchan, that era is gone. And I think young people also these days realize that anger disrupts thinking.
Yeah.
And also, you get on the defensive, you also feel guilty, and you also feel, that kind of a self image is not very good. So, of course, it is also a very boyish thing because they think, boys generally remain in groups, that kind of a pack mentality, and those bullying tactics go on. I mean, some traditions in the colleges, and especially in engineering, medical colleges, law colleges, वो एक done चीज हो गई है, उनके साथ में हो ही गया है. Nevertheless, I think it's this thing should be broken out in the open, and this kind of a discussion is good. How do they feel about it? Because anger को trigger करने के बहुत सारे reasons हो सकते हैं कि grief हो गया है, rudeness है, tiredness है, sometimes it's hunger, mental illness है, physical illness है, substance abuse है, injustice का हो सकता है. लेकिन फालतू एंग्री होने की क्या बात है? हाँ, वो जो एक इमेज एंग्री होने की, कॉन्फिडेंट होने की समझ में आती है, करेजियस होने की समझ में आती है, हेल्पफुल होने की समझ में आती है, लेकिन एंग्री होने की समझ में नहीं आती. क्रिएटिव होने की समझ में आती है कि if things are not right, how to do it. So, but it is there, and I think it's a cause of concern for people like Ms. Tomar, because I have seen, and it is a very masculine thing. It's a macho thing कि हम लोग जो हैं दादा type image है या लोग हमसे डरते हैं उस तरह का. पर इसके बारे में कहीं ना कहीं dissection हो करके और बात होनी चाहिए.
Actually, my next question was the same only. Is anger gender bias? I am sure Aparna ma'am has already told somewhere, but still I would like to have a clear picture of what you want to say. Is it gender biased? Because it still prevails in our society, this thought.
Can I speak first?
Yeah, Aparna ma'am.
मुझे लगता है कि anger gender based तो है कि it is okay for a man to be angry. It's not okay for a young girl or a woman to be angry. So, because anger somehow it denotes power, and power equation in families, in societies, in countries are such that women feel powerless. And in my own experience, when I worked as member secretary of Women's Commission, or whether I was director of education, girls का एक उनका ये होता है कि हमको रोना आता है और हमें डर लगता है. ये उनका रिएक्शन होता है कि आपकी दो मेन फीलिंग्स क्या होती हैं. और मैं उन बच्चों की बात कर रही हूँ जो सरकारी स्कूलों में पढ़ती हैं और जो बाय एंड लार्ज या तो रूरल एरियाज की हैं या शहरों में हैं, और वो उस स्ट्रेटा की हैं जो कि पावरलेसनेस उनकी नियति अपने आप की वो समझती हैं. तो हमें रोना आता है, हमें दुख होता है और हमें डर लगता है. और लड़कों को ये होता है कि हमें गुस्सा आता है और हमें लड़ने का मन करता है. तो उनमें वो जो रेज है, वो एग्रेशन है. अब बात ये है कि सर्कमस्टांसेस दोनों के सिमिलर हैं. The boys feel rage and they feel angry because they are unable to get what they want. Whether it is education, whether it is the kind of comforts that they seek, whether it's the employment that they want, whether it is the course they want to get admission into, because somehow I think anger is a reaction. Every feeling is a reaction, and it is a reaction that you want something and you're not getting it. तो उसको एक्सप्रेस करने में मेल रिएक्शन जो होता है वो गुस्से में होता है, और फीमेल रिएक्शन जो होता है वो हेल्पलेसनेस में, पावरलेसनेस में होता है, और उसको भी ब्रेक करने की ज़रूरत है. सो यू आर राइट, बाय एंड लार्ज इट इज़ अ मेल डोमेन कि आप गुस्सा कर सकते हैं, एंड यू आर अलाउड टू डू इट.
Okay, great.
I'd like to add to that. Definitely agreeing with Aparna ji. And what I would like to add is that women, tend to take out their anger in other ways. जैसे आदमी को right होता है express करने का, women में जो passive aggression होती है, या अपने आप को harm करने की, या अपनी bodily take care नहीं करने की, so because of the helplessness or the anger that they feel inside, they take it out like that, by taking it out on their own bodies or in such ways. So manage करने की तो दोनों को ही जरूरत है, चाहे मेल हो चाहे फीमेल हो, चाहे आपको एक्सप्रेस करने का अधिकार है या नहीं है, या society has given you that freedom. But I think women are also facing and feeling a lot of anger, which they are taking out on themselves.
Great. Vatsala ma'am, I want to ask, आपको गुस्सा आता है?
हाँ, कभी I think कभी गुस्सा आना is natural also.
Yeah, everybody has that kind of emotion. But what is your best solution for, because everybody has their own take for how to.
Yes, I understand. So when I was younger and I was sent to a boarding school when I was 13 years old. So I think I've learned to adjust at quite an early age. लेकिन still गुस्सा कभी कभी आ जाता था. So I used to get into arguments, but I think as we grow and the kind of profession that now I am into, I have learned to adapt myself in a way कि जब मुझे गुस्सा आता है, I try to step away from that situation, from that point of conflict. I think this is what I do to avoid any kind of argumentation with myself. कि जहाँ झगड़ा हो रहा है तो मैं वहाँ से हट जाऊंगी. So this is what that I try to do.
Okay. Aparna ma'am, what is your take for it?
Well, if you ask me कि आपको गुस्सा आता है क्या, तो मुझे अब गुस्सा नहीं आता है. इनफैक्ट माय चिल्ड्रन आर ग्रोन अप, वो मुझसे अब कहते हैं कि अब आपको गुस्सा नहीं आता. पर ये पिछले शायद 10-15 साल की बात होगी. उससे पहले मुझे बहुत गुस्सा आया करता था, और मुझे उन सिचुएशन से बहुत गुस्सा आता था जहाँ पर मुझे लगता था कि इनजस्टिस हो रहा है, फेयर प्ले नहीं हो रहा, एक्सप्लॉयटेशन बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा है. एंड समहाउ I've been in the social development sector, I was in the social justice department, I was in the education department, I was with Women's Commission, I was in the Women's Empowerment department. So I used to feel that, well, things are so bad. So much so कि मैंने तो रास्ते में चलते फिरते भी कि अगर कोई आदमी अपनी पत्नी को मार रहा है तो भीड़ लगी हुई है, पर मैं वहाँ खड़ी होकर के और गुस्से में मैंने हाथापाई भी की है. छेड़ने वाले लड़कों के साथ में भी वो किया है. लेकिन धीरे धीरे अब मेरा थोड़ा सेंस ऑफ ह्यूमर भी ठीक हो गया, और मुझे लगा कि ये जो सिचुएशंस होती हैं, हालांकि बहुत सारी आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल भी हो जाती हैं, पर बाय एंड लार्ज शायद काम माइंड के साथ में, अपनी इंटेलेक्ट को इस्तेमाल करने के साथ में वो ज़्यादा सही तरीके से हो जाती हैं. बिकॉज एंड ओवर द इयर्स, लेट मी अगेन, आई ब्रिंग गीता एवरीवेयर, पर मुझे ये लगता है कि हम लोग स्कूलों में, कॉलेजेस में भगवत गीता को नहीं पढ़ते. अगर हम उसका थोड़ा बहुत भी उसका सार भी पढ़ लें तो शायद हम लोगों को, और स्पेशली स्टूडेंट्स को, ये चीज़ें बहुत समझ में आ जाएंगी कि काम माइंड से सिचुएशंस को बहुत अच्छी तरह से कंट्रोल किया जा सकता है. बहुत सारी, आई डू अंडरस्टैंड कि हमारी वर्ल्ड हैप्पीनेस रिपोर्ट में अगेन वी गॉन डाउन 7 स्टेप्स. हाँ, और वर्ल्ड हैप्पीनेस रिपोर्ट इसलिए शुरू की थी कि ये देखा जाए कि केवल जीडीपी ही बहुत सब कुछ नहीं है, केवल रोड्स, पावर, डिफेंस, ये सारी चीज़ें हैं उसी से नहीं है, पर लोगों की हैप्पीनेस मैटर्स अ लॉट. एंड इन दैट केस वी सी कि हमारे यहाँ पर इनइक्वालिटीज़ बहुत ज़्यादा हैं, हमारे यहाँ पर फ्रीडम्स नहीं हैं, हमारे यहाँ पर जस्टिस नहीं है, और हमारे यहाँ पर करप्शन बहुत ज़्यादा है. तो इसमें कोई शक नहीं कि वो खुश होने वाली चीज़ नहीं है कि मैं ये कहूँ कि सारी चीज़ें ठीक हो गई हैं तो मुझे गुस्सा नहीं आता. पर मुझे ये भी लगता है कि अगर मैं अपने आप को या मेरे आसपास किसी को इंस्पायर कर सकूं या अपनी जैसी क्रिएटिविटी में इन्वॉल्व कर सकूं तो उसे ठीक किया जा सकता है. So things will change like that only because we are a very vast country and things cannot be controlled unless we have a dictatorship kind of a thing or we have a model like Singapore, but India is not Singapore. So as a country, things happen which make us angry, which make us uncomfortable, which frustrate us. But as human beings, as individuals, I think if we begin to manage ourselves, if we begin to manage our body, our mind, if we have a scientific temper, so somehow we can be in that space, which can be a calm space, which can be a happy space, which can be a creative and a positive state where we can contribute in a constructive manner.
Agree. And I'm sure, Alka ma'am, you must be taking so many cases in the school, and then ultimately, whatever you are seeing the students in anger and everything must be difficult for you to have stability in your mind also.
See, I think all people who are working in the emotional domain or this area, I mean, what I have seen is that there are people who are sensitive and who are able to feel their own emotions. जब आप अपने emotions feel करते हो, तो आप दूसरों के साथ empathize कर पाते हो. So I would say yes, definitely. There are a lot of things which make me angry, which also frustrate me because of the situation or the injustice that I see around sometimes. And, in fact, why I got into adolescence education was because I wanted to learn how to handle the adolescents, because sometimes they can really, one can really get into arguments with them. So how is it that you take care of your own emotions? And how is it, I think those are the things that I have learned in my journey of working in the area of life skills, that how to manage your own emotions and to understand your own emotions. So as far as this thing, I would say, yes, there are definitely situations which make one angry or make me angry. But what I've learned is how to, take a break from things, how to let myself cool down, and then think of a solution which is more creative. Then use a lot of sense of humor. God has gifted me with a good sense of humor. So that is something that I can use a lot. So many a times where people are getting angry, मुझे कई बार हंसी आ रही होती है. और मुझे स्पेशली मुझे बच्चे जब वो जिद कर रहे होते हैं या कुछ, तो मुझे उन पे प्यार और हंसी ज्यादा आ रही होती है rather than गुस्सा आना. So I think those are also things that we have learned along our journey in this area of life skills education.
I think those who are watching us must have understood by now that with age, we are able to understand how to control the things and be mature enough. And Alka ma'am, we have met few of your school students, and actually we have realized that you are inculcating those life skills in them that are very important. Rather than education, the academic, what they are learning from your school is actually worth praising.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay. So my next question is it okay to vent out your anger to the people who are very close to you? Like sometimes the kids are shouting at their mother or father on their pet also. We have seen sometimes they are hitting them. So is it fine, or there are certain solutions that you can suggest to them if you are feeling really very angry, how to cope up with? So anybody, any Alka ma'am or Aparna?
Okay.
I think anger becomes a problem when it is felt too intensely or too frequently. And when it is very frequent misuse of words, gestures, or contact, then, and if there is physical assault, I think it is problematic and it is not good. I've seen adults venting out their anger on young children. No, it is not good. And somehow, I think uh, it not only ruins your own mood, or maybe, at that time your BP can go up, you don't feel good, but it destroys futures of young children. The trauma is so deep. I've met adults who feel that, well, my parent behaved in such a manner, and that trauma continues. They become withdrawn. एंगर भी बहुत सारी हिडन एंगर भी होता है, और ये जो कोवर्ट एंगर होता है, कोवर्ट एंगर से जो फ्रस्ट्रेशन और हिडन एंगर होता है, वो ग्रोथ में बहुत इम्पेडिमेंट्स कर देता है, क्योंकि फिर वो शेल में ही विड्रॉ हो जाते हैं. सो आई थिंक पेरेंट्स को, बड़ों को ये समझना चाहिए, और एनवायरनमेंट को या जानवरों को नुकसान पहुंचाना बहुत खराब चीज़ है. आई हैव सीन पीपल कि आप जाकर के बागों में, गार्डन्स में, पब्लिक पार्क्स में पेड़ों को तोड़ रहे हैं या ट्री गार्ड्स को हटा रहे हैं, कुछ कर रहे हैं. वो एंगर में करते हैं, उसको किसी तरह से करते हैं, पर नो, आई थिंक दैट्स वेरी सिक.
Yeah, that's good. Alka?
Yeah, I feel that, many a times we end up hurting people, or, we feel that it's okay to vent out anger on people who are close to us, but actually it does a lot of harm. So it is very harmful in our interpersonal relationships, and, where the home environment is concerned. It can really disrupt the home environment if the parents or the children are constantly getting angry with each other. So I feel this is something which really needs to be taken care of, और ये बिल्कुल भी justified नहीं है कि हम उन लोगों पर चिल्ला सकते हैं, या we can get angry with those people whom we are close to. No, we need to take care of the feelings of the people who are close to us and not take them for granted. So anger management is something that we have to learn, and the first place that we begin it with is with our own selves and our own homes. So if our homes are peaceful, then we make the surroundings peaceful, and then we make the society peaceful. So first and foremost is that we take care of our own emotions and we learn to manage anger ourselves. तो मैं इसको कहीं भी justified नहीं मानती हूँ कि हम अपने close लोगों को जो है गुस्सा कर सकते हैं. I think this is the biggest destroyer of interpersonal relationships. And how we talk to people who are close to us, the tone in which we talk, the words that we choose with them, we need to be extremely careful about, and there is a lot that we can do in this domain. First and foremost, we need to realize that the responsibility of this lies with us. क्योंकि जो word responsibility है, अगर आप उसको break करें, responsibility. So, the ability to choose your response. So there is always something that you can do about your feelings. It's okay to feel all feelings, but what you do about your feelings is the most important thing. आप उसमें जाके लोगों को hurt कर रहे हैं, harm कर रहे हैं, या आप उसको manage करके उसको channelize कर रहे हैं, उसको समझ रहे हैं. So that is very important. So there are many strategies or many things that one can do. Understand self-awareness is the biggest, I think the biggest skill that we need to learn, to be aware of our own self, our own feelings. What are the triggers that make me angry? What are the situations that make me angry? And we need to understand that, behind anger, there are a lot of emotions. That sometimes we're just feeling hungry and we are snapping at people. So am I aware of my own body? Am I aware that what hunger is doing to me? Then other situations, like sometimes just this, if we're feeling to say, garmi bahut lag rahi hai. So you may have seen that in classrooms, kai bar light chali jati hai, and children become, they become chidchide se ho jate hain. So what is it? It is the environment which is doing that. So I need to be very aware of what I'm feeling at any moment to be able to manage myself. That is, I think, the biggest mantra, that be aware that, you see, if you really understand anger, or if you observe yourself in anger, so anger, every emotion produces some, physiological changes in us. What happens to us when we get angry? If you just try to focus on your muscles will be, they will be stiff, and your fists will probably get clenched, your jaw will get clenched. You can feel that anger coming. So, if you're aware of that, and if you're mindful of those things, then you can take care. Then you can say, okay, yeah, I'm now getting angry, I'm feeling anger. Let me take a break from this thing. Let me count to 10. Let me drink a glass of water. I need to take a break. So there is a lot that you can do. And here I would like to tell a story here. You know, I'm sure each one of us has at some time or the other felt angry. And what are the things that we do at this time or tell ourselves, or what are the thoughts that come? हम सोचते हैं कभी कभी we blame it on our upbringing. You know, my parents were short tempered, they never taught me, that's why I'm like that. Sometimes we blame it on our genes. We say because my grandparents, parents, you know, everybody had that thing in them, that is why I also get angry. So whenever there is a stimulus, we respond to it in a particular way, and we are conditioned to do so. And in doing so, we set the limits or the parameters of our life, and we feel that we cannot go beyond them. So Viktor Frankl was a Jew psychiatrist who was taken to the Nazi Germany camps. You know, he was a Jew and he was taken to those camps during World War II. And there he experienced things which were so repugnant to his sense of decency that he even shuddered to think about them. His entire family, except his sister, was killed in those camps. But one day, sitting alone, he started becoming aware of something. He started becoming aware of a freedom that his Nazi captors could not take away. They could do whatever they wanted to do to his body. They could do whatever they wanted to do to his environment, not give him food, hit him, whatever. But they could not take away from him the freedom to choose how this was going to affect him. From that day, he started using this freedom, and he would imagine himself in different circumstances. You know, when all this torture was happening, he would think that I'm in the beautiful gardens or beautiful fields. And this would give him the strength to endure this pain. And soon he became an inspiration for others also. And he helped them also find meaning in their existence. So in the midst of such degrading circumstances, he became aware of the most fundamental thing about human nature, that is that humans have the power to choose their response. And because of this, we can do things, or we can write, you know, in ourselves, we can do things which are totally different from our upbringing or the circumstances that we are in. And when he came out, he came up with a therapy which is called the Logos therapy. And he also wrote a book which is called Man's Search for Meaning. Incidentally, I had the chance of reading this book just before the pandemic started. And really, this book really gave me so much strength. When I saw the resilience which this man had shown in those circumstances, I felt, why can't I take care of things, and why can't I take care of myself when somebody could endure those difficult circumstances? So the point is that we have the freedom to choose our response. So between the stimulus and the response is the time, or our freedom to choose whether we are proactive in our approach and we choose things in accordance with our values, or whether we are reactive. The responsibility of doing that lies with us. So it's very important that we take this responsibility and understand that this is something that we can take care of and we can do.
Great, ma'am. So I feel there is so much of insight that whatever we are discussing today. So we would request all the attendees who are there, who are listening to our webinar, they can just put their question on the chat. We'll be taking up if you have any. So my next question is, what are the tips, the handy tips that you could share for the youth to manage and control their anger? Because definitely we will, if we ask them to do meditation and all that, they will actually not agree with that. But this pandemic has we have seen we are dealing with undergraduates in our internship programs, and also we have seen that lot of change in the behavior, because they themselves are coming to us and they are saying that meditation has done miracle to them only after the pandemic, when they have spare time to understand themselves. So there are other ways also, quick ways also. Let us discuss about whatever, maybe somebody in our who are listening, they will be taking up certain things certain others might not be liking it. So let us have a talk about what are the best possible ways that we can do for anger management. Yeah, Aparna ma'am, your take for that. Ma'am, you are mute.
My suggestion would be that understand your anger. What triggers it? What are the causes? Try to analyze it, because we come to how to do it before that. And how often does it happen? What is the cause? Is it external cause? Is it internal cause? Because ultimately, we assume many things. As a scientist also, as a mathematician also, we assume, we take the value X and then we go on to prove. So similarly, see what triggers it, what is the cause and what happens to you. And then learn techniques. What happens to you? What happens to you? Is it good for you or is it bad for you? Sometimes it may be, again we say कि there are things which are pleasurable. मैंने एक आदमी को थप्पड़ मार दिया, मैंने उसे डरा दिया, भाग गया, हाँ, तो वो उससे आपको मिला कि मैं तो आई एम अ डॉन, हाँ, लेकिन उसके आगे व्हाट इज श्रेयस्कर, गुड क्या है, प्लेजरेबल क्या हो सकता है, प्रिय क्या हो सकता है जो आपको अच्छा लगा, लेकिन अच्छा वास्तव में क्या है, व्हाट इज रियली गुड, उसको भी देखें. डज इट कॉज गिल्ट फॉर यू लेटर ऑन, हाउ डू यू फील, did it also hurt you? Sometimes you can injure yourself if you are very aggressive, so things get out of control. Can it harm you? So seeing those pros and cons, what happens to you, so that analysis is very essential. And then खुद के एंगर के पर्सनल सिग्नल्स भी देख लिया जाए कि क्या आपके हाथ कांपने लग गए हैं, क्या आपकी आंखें लाल होने लग गई हैं, क्या हो गया है. और मुझे लगता है कि ये करने के बाद में यहाँ तक अगर पहुँच गए तो फिर आगे कुछ आप कर सकते हैं, फिर आप 10 तक काउंट कर सकते हैं, फिर आप 50 तक काउंट कर सकते हैं, फिर आप प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग टेक्निक्स का भी कर सकते हैं, ब्रीदिंग का कर सकते हैं, प्रोग्रेसिव कर सकते हैं, यू कैन गो फॉर अ वॉक. आप किसी भी तरह से कोई डाइवर्जन करके और अपने आप को उस सिचुएशन से हटा सकते हैं, पर यहाँ तक करना बहुत ज़रूरी है. लेकिन वो समझने की बात क्या ट्रिगर करता है, और वो समझने की बात के लिए कम से कम खुद को भी समझ लेना चाहिए अपने आप को. एंड दैट्स व्हाई आई से दैट वेल वी शुड अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज ग्रॉस, व्हाट इज सटल. सो वी अंडरस्टैंड आवर बॉडी, और जनरली हम अपने सेंसरी ऑर्गन से देखते हैं कि जो सुंदर लगता है, जो अच्छा लगता है, अच्छा बोलता है, तो हम अपने सेंसरी ऑर्गन से उसको फील करते हैं. और फ्रस्ट्रेशन हमें ये होता है कि जो हमें अच्छा लगता है, जिसे हम चाहते हैं, क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं पर हमारी डिजायर हो जाती है उस चीज के लिए कि हम उसे चाहने लगते हैं और वो हमें नहीं मिलता, तो हमारा वो फ्रस्ट्रेशन हो जाता है. तो एक और तो आपका राग हुआ कि आपका अटैचमेंट हुआ उससे, और दूसरी ओर आपको नहीं मिला तो आपको उसके ऊपर गुस्सा आया, और उस अटैचमेंट को, वो चीज जो मिलनी चाहिए थी वो किसी वजह से नहीं मिली, तो उस कारण से आपको गुस्सा आने लगा है. तो कम से कम उसको देखिए तो सही कि आपको जो चीज नहीं मिली है, जिसको आप पाना चाहते थे, आपका यूपीएससी से सिलेक्शन नहीं हुआ, यू कैन गो एंड ब्रेक द बिल्डिंग. जाकर के आप वहां पर भगवानदास रोड पर उसको तोड़ तो नहीं सकते, धौलपुर हाउस को, या फिर ये भी नहीं कि मेंबर्स को आप गालियां लिख लिख करके भी नहीं भेज सकते. आप गुस्से में ये करेंगे जो आपके सामने है और उसको आप नुकसान पहुंचाना चाहते हैं. तो वो एनालिसिस बहुत जरूरी है, और उसमें कहीं ना कहीं पर प्लेजर या इंस्टेंट जिसमें आपको सेटिस्फेक्शन मिलता है, उसकी बजाय क्या भविष्य में आपके लिए श्रेयस्कर हो सकता है, उसको सोचने वाली बात है. और मेडिटेशन इसमें आता है. मैं जब कहती हूँ कि हमारा वो जो ग्रॉस बॉडी है, दिस इज आवर बॉडी, और ये सारा का सारा हमारे खाने पर बना हुआ है, तो उसको अन्नमय कोश भी कहते हैं गीता के अनुसार. तो उसको चलाने के लिए हमें आहार जरूरी है, उसको चलाने के लिए हमें व्यायाम जरूरी है, एक्सरसाइज जरूरी है, फूड जरूरी है, और हम बिहेव भी करते हैं. तो आहार, व्यवहार और व्यायाम उसके लिए जरूरी है. और उसका हमारा केवल शरीर नहीं है, इसमें एक प्राण भी है, और उस प्राण को चलाने के लिए हमें ऑक्सीजन की जरूरत पड़ती है. साइंटिस्ट कहते हैं हमें शुद्ध हवा की जरूरत पड़ती है, हमें पेड़ों की जरूरत पड़ती है, हमें अपने आसपास साफ एनवायरनमेंट की जरूरत पड़ती है. तो हमें अपनी बॉडी को फीड करने की ज़रूरत पड़ती है, हमें अपनी सोल को फीड करने की ज़रूरत पड़ती है। हमारा एक मन होता है जो दौड़ता रहता है बुरी तरह से, और वो मेंटल हेल्थ का भी इशू है। तो कहाँ पर हमें अपना मन कंट्रोल करना पड़ेगा, कहाँ हमें अपनी इच्छाएं, हमने अब हमारे एस्पिरेशंस कंट्रोल करने पड़ेंगे। वो सारी चीज़ें जो हैं वो कभी अगर हुआ तो हम वो सेशन ले सकेंगे, पर मैं सोचती हूँ कि अभी सुनने वाले जो लोग हैं तो वो अपनी बॉडी को समझें, अपने माइंड को समझें, अपनी सोल को समझें, और उसके बाद में ये जो हमारी रिएक्शंस होती हैं उनको समझें। क्योंकि गीता में एक चीज ये भी कही है कि सुखस्य दुःखस्य न कोऽपि दाता, कि इनको सुख को देने वाला कोई नहीं है, दुख को देने वाला कोई नहीं है, आपको गुस्सा करवाने वाला कोई नहीं है, ये आपकी रिएक्शंस हैं। जो आपको अच्छा लगता है आपको मिल जाए तो आप खुश हो जाएंगे, जो आपको अच्छा लगता है और नहीं मिलता तो आप दुखी हो जाएंगे और आप गुस्सा हो जाएंगे। तो उन चीज़ों को कहीं ना कहीं पर वो रेस्ट्रिक्शंस की भी ज़रूरत है कि हमारे पोजीशंस कम हो, हमारे एस्पिरेशंस भी कहीं कम हो। हालांकि यंगस्टर्स को हम बताते हैं कि एस्पिरेशंस इतने होते हैं, पर वो कहीं ना कहीं प्रोपोर्शनेटली होते हैं कि कितने हमारे एस्पिरेशंस हैं, कितने पूरे हुए, और इतने ज़्यादा हैं और उसमें से पूरे नहीं हुए, तो द लेवल ऑफ फ्रस्ट्रेशन इज प्रोपोर्शनेट टू दैट। तो somehow that kind of analytical ability is there, उसको डाइवर्ट करने की बहुत ज़रूरत है माइंड को, और फिजिकली एक्टिव रहने की, मेंटली एक्टिव रहने की बहुत ज़रूरत है। और मेंटली एक्टिव रहने के लिए समवेयर मेडिटेशन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट that you have
I
to do
would
it.
say one day 20-minute exercise where you will be sweating gives away all that anger and negative thoughts that you are having. Now there is a question by Vasudha Agarwal. I am a counselor and have seen that when boys don't have a friendly relationship with their fathers, they suffer from anger at themselves as they are unable to live up to the father's expectations. How to make both of them understand? So Alka ma'am, if you have.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I think the key to any taking care of any situation is communication. If the father and the son, they can communicate well with each other and without getting annoyed and angry, and if you can't do that, it's better to put a third person in between. So I think पेरेंट्स और बच्चों के बीच में सबसे बड़ा जो गैप बन जाता है वो कम्युनिकेशन का होता है. So how we are communicating, it's very important. Now many a time what happens is कि we start, when we are communicating, say suppose you're doing an assignment and in which you have got stuck on a concept. एक concept है जो आपको बिल्कुल समझ में नहीं आ रहा और आप फ्रस्ट्रेट हो रहे हो कि ये क्यों नहीं समझ में आ रहा, एंड यू हैव 2 more assignments to do. Now obviously the stress is building inside you, so you're feeling stressed and you're feeling also frustrated कि भाई ये क्यों नहीं हो रहा है, ये समझ क्यों नहीं आ रहा है, and you're struggling with it. And at that very moment, if somebody comes into the room, say your mother comes into the room and says कि बेटा एक bread ला दे, so what happens is we burst out. So actually we are feeling a lot of feelings. There are a lot of feelings that we have inside us. Because we've not learned to handle those feelings or not to take care, we burst out as anger. So many a times, anger can be equated to a volcano, because you keep bottling up those emotions inside or those feelings inside, and one day or one trigger comes and suddenly you burst out. So as I have said in another आरती जी को तो पता है, बाद मैं ये कहती हूँ कि जो अपना ब्रेन है उसको ये समझिए कि इट इज इन द palm of your hand. So if you really see your brain in the palm of your hand, so see this as the base of the brain, right? And this is the thumb is your emotional brain, or the amygdala, or the midbrain, what we call. And this you would call as the prefrontal cortex, which is, and here is your logical reasoning, all your logical reasoning and all your control over anger or your managing of anger. What happens is कि like Aparna ji also said, we all have our triggers. कुछ ना कुछ ऐसी चीजें होती हैं जो हमको suddenly गुस्सा कर देती हैं. So what happens when a trigger comes? ये trigger press होता है और ये खुल जाता है इस तरह से. We flip the lid. So what gets exposed is the emotional brain. And at such time, क्या आपको लगता है कि हम कोई लॉजिकल प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग कर सकते हैं? या कोई लॉजिकल डिसीजन ले पाएंगे? तो क्या करने की जरूरत है? We need to take a break and wait for this prefrontal cortex and our logical thinking to come back. So that is why, we need to take a break. We may need to go for a walk or say count to 10, like I said, drink a glass of water. So you're giving a break to yourself and you're waiting for that logical thinking to come back. And once that logical thinking comes back, then think of the solutions or what you want to do. उस इमोशनल मोमेंट में हम कुछ ऐसी चीजें कर जाते हैं, हम ऐसे वो वर्ड्स बोल जाते हैं जो लेटर ऑन हमारे लिए प्रॉब्लमैटिक हो जाते हैं, या हमारे को हार्म करते हैं, या हमको गिल्ट फील कराते हैं, या हमारे रिलेशनशिप्स डिस्ट्रॉय कर देते हैं. सो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट हम सेल्फ अवेयर हो. दूसरा, व्हेन वी आर कम्युनिकेटिंग, many times we blame the other person. We say, I'm not able to concentrate because you keep talking. Or we'll say, you are always on the phone, you don't take care of me. So what happens when we do that? जब हमारा ट्रिगर वो होता है या हमारी लिड फ्लिप होती है, तो हमारे सामने जो खड़ा होता है उसका भी ट्रिगर दब जाता है, तो उसका भी इमोशनल ब्रेन एक्सपोज हो जाता है. तो दोनों को जरूरत है कि वो इसको वापस आने दें. तो बहुत बार हम दूसरों को ब्लेम कर रहे होते हैं. If instead of saying that, जब हम किसी को blame करते हैं, that person also becomes defensive कि okay, you have talked to me like this, now I am also going to reply in a rude way to you. Instead of that, if I say, I am not able to concentrate when somebody is talking, or I feel neglected when you keep looking at your phone all the time, can you please do this? Can you please stop looking at your phone all the time? So the other person also, feels that yes, it is not on me, the person is not blaming me. So we need to learn how to talk or how to communicate. Parents और children के बीच में ये सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम आती है कि communication. कुछ बच्चे बोल देते हैं, पेरेंट्स का वो हो जाता है, ट्रिगर हो जाता है, कुछ पेरेंट्स बोल देते हैं, बच्चों का हो जाता है. सो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि हम ये बात कैसे करें, इसको सीखना बहुत ज़रूरी है. कि वो दूसरी चीज़ जो बात है कि जब आप अपनी फीलिंग्स के अवेयर होते हैं और आप उनको एक नाम देते हैं, जैसे आई सेड कि आई एम फीलिंग स्ट्रेस्ड बिकॉज ऑफ द असाइनमेंट, आई हैव 2 more to do. When I'm aware of this, then I can communicate it easily. If mother comes and says, beta ek bread la de, I can say, mama, right now I'm doing an assignment जिसमें मैं बहुत स्टक फील कर रही हूँ, एक कॉन्सेप्ट समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, मुझे बहुत स्ट्रेस हो रहा है, प्लीज किसी और को भेज दीजिए या थोड़ी देर बाद ला दूं. तो वो फिर वो शुरू ही नहीं होता. जो एक झगड़ा शुरू हो जाता है और फिर वो ब्लो अप कर जाता है, आपने मुझे ऐसे बोला, आपको पता नहीं चलता है मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ, आपको दिखता नहीं है मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ, तो मेरे को क्यों डिस्टर्ब किया. सो that then that doesn't start. So when we take care of these little things, then we are able to take care of our relationships, or we are able to avoid these kinds of I would say the eruptions of anger or the volcanic eruptions of anger. So अपनी feelings को समझिए, उनको bottle up मत करिए, friends से बात करिए, ट्रस्टेड पीपल से बात करिए अपनी फीलिंग्स के बारे में, उनको एक्सप्रेस करने की आदत डालिए. पेरेंट्स से एक्सप्रेस करिए कि मेरे को बहुत डिस्टर्ब फील हो रहा है, या जैसे साइबर बुलिंग का बहुत प्रॉब्लम वो है आजकल, क्योंकि सब बच्चे होते हैं, बच्चे बात भी नहीं करते हैं पेरेंट्स से बहुत बार, और कई बार पेरेंट्स भी नहीं समझते हैं. वो ऐसा नहीं है कि आई थिंक पेरेंट्स के साथ भी बहुत एंगर मैनेजमेंट के सेशंस होने चाहिए. और वो तो आप बात करिए, सॉल्यूशंस निकलते हैं. जब आप बात ही नहीं करेंगे, बॉटल अप करते रहेंगे, तो फिर वो फटके एंगर की तरह निकलेगा. So this is what we need to take care of. This is some of the things that we need to take care of.
I think so. Aparna ma'am has some connectivity issue. Yeah, she's there. Okay, so thank you very much, Alka ma'am. What an insight. And Aparna ma'am, I am sure there are something new that everyone who has attended has taken away. And make your anger volatile, ventilate it, and that is what I could say. Convert it into success, and then channelization of this anger has something to do with your achievement also. Don't make it chronic. That is what I would like to end up with. So Vatsala ma'am, up to you now.
Thank you so much. I'm feeling so grateful to all the panel members. Thank you, Aparna ma'am. Thank you, Alka ma'am. Thank you, Ms. Aarti ma'am. And thank you very much. And we would really appreciate and we would really love to host you again here at IIMD. So with that note,
Our pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you,
so
ma'am.
much. Thank you, Vatsalaji.
So with that note, I would end this session, today's session, and we hope to meet you tomorrow at the same time. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
And
you.
wishing all
Thank
the
you.
participants the very best
Thank you.
with regard to anger management. Thank you.
Thank
you,
you very
Aarti ji.
much.
Thank you,
How much
Vatsala.
the
Bye-bye.
people like it and understood it and apply it. That is more important. Fine. Thank you.
Definitely.
Very important.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank